SuperTalk Mississippi media production. Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, none is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning to you. How you doing? I don't want to hear any complaints about the rain. I know we don't like it. I know things get wet because it's raining, but you know what? We need it. Don't make me talk about a burn ban again. If we don't get the rain, we're going to have that discussion, and nobody wants that because at this point you've already forgotten at least once to water your Christmas tree, and it's becoming flammable. So let's not even go there. Let's welcome the rain and smile about it. It's North Pike Thursday, brought to you by the wonderful folks at the Southwest Center for Rehab. Chad Reed, your shelter insurance agent, and Southwest Supply Company. And on this North Pike Thursday, we are joined in studio by as many people off the air as we have on the air. We have folks sitting over here. Angie, I'm looking at you. Looking at you. Oh, and now she's trying to whisper to me. Like I'm not going to call her out for that. No, I'm just here. No, you're in the room, so you're fair game. You're fair game at this point. But you're at the scene of the crime. That's kind of what that sounded like.
Hamilton reference.
Yeah, well, that'll work too. Stop having better references than me. Now I have an inferiority complex for the entire rest of the show. Yeah, I know. Don't rub it in. We have with us, though, the stars of the show here today. Of course, with us, and quite possibly the best holiday shirt in the history of holiday shirts, Taia Tucker. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Got the bows down her arms. This is awesome. A nice Christmas red.
Thank you.
There is a Christmas red and just red. Though those are two very different colors. And Brooke Richardson, her street name is Alex. How are you?
Thank you so much for having us today. We're so excited.
That was an inside joke. You would have had to have been here a few minutes ago to really get that one. She gets it, though, and that's okay. Taia gets it and is glad it's not her.
Yes.
Now, you guys are here. You're both on student council, right?
We
Yes,
are.
sir.
I'm a junior representative at North Pike High School.
And I'm a senior representative and the vice president of the student body.
Oh, fancy. Very fancy. Very nice. Well, you guys, it's time for a big event, a big fundraiser that you do every year. Mm-hmm. It's time for the Reindeer Run. Why don't you tell us about that? And we'll let the vice president go first because, well, that's your fault for running.
Well, our annual Reindeer Run will be held on December the 14th, which is next Saturday. It is a reindeer walk or run, and we do not care if you walk or run as long as you just come out and support us. We'll have La Mariposa out there, and it'll be so fun. We have Hippies in the End Zone, which is our infamous band that we have at North Pike, and they'll be playing the whole time, and you guys just have fun for it.
You know, I got to say, I have heard so many people misuse the term infamous to describe someone, but it was perfect in that sentence right before hippies in the end zone, because they are, in the best possible way, they are infamous, and that's a draw in and of itself.
Yes.
And as you heard, Taia doesn't care how long it takes, as long as you do eventually go home. Sooner or later, you have to leave. Now, Brooke, how many years have you been involved with this?
So this is our second year we've done our reindeer run. Last year was our first year, and it went incredibly well. We had over 100 people running it, and right now we have a little over 80 people signed up. So we are looking for more
space to fill here. Yeah, we got to get it back over 100 like we had last year.
Yes.
What was the best time? Do you guys know? Roughly?
Last year, I think the best time was about 15, 16 minutes, which is incredible. I'm a runner. I run at North Pike, and so it was a great run. So if you're a serious runner, I would definitely consider signing up for our run, because it is Mississippi race time chipped. And so you will get your official time. It's a great run.
So this is an official sanctioned timed race.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, this counts towards your stats.
Yes.
Basically. And that's an important part of this, because when you have one of those kind of runs, you have people come from all over the place to participate, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you meet anybody from outside the area last year while this was going on?
Last year, I believe we had some runners from Brookhaven, from Brookhaven High School, so it was nice to meet them. And the coast. So we had people from all over. It was a big deal. It was awesome for our school.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, Taia, the fundraiser aspect of this, we were kind of talking about it. I was joking around about it beforehand. No candy bars, but this is a great idea, I think, because it's a one-day event. It's a one thing. You're one and done. As they say, but you get to support the student council and kind of help fund it for the year.
Yes, anybody could donate. We have had multiple donations so far, and it's just been amazing. We've had bronze and gold and all those members, and they've given so much to us, and all of the money we profit from it, and we do have to pay for Mississippi race timing, but other than that, we have money in our account for the entire rest of the year, and it really does help us out.
That's fantastic. Now, I would like to point out something you just said. You were talking about donations.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is a selling point you guys need to lean into a little bit, because I know there are plenty of people like me. So you can help out student council and give money and not have to run.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it takes me 15 minutes to get from the den to the kitchen. I'm not sure how they're doing 5K in that time. So yeah, that is an option. You can just help out. You can just donate,
of course,
and give whatever you want, because it all adds up pretty quickly here.
It really does.
Now, what kind of things does the student council do with the money they raise every year? What kind of projects do you guys do?
Every year we help with our homecoming court. We buy the crowns and the ferns for it every single year. And we help with the blood drive. We have a blood drive fall semester and spring semester that we do, and so much more. It just helps us.
Yes, we also have a campus beautification project that we started my freshman year. So I'm a junior, so we've kept it going for about 3 years now. And it's awesome. We planted flowers all around the school, and it's awesome. And like Taia said, we're in charge of homecoming and everything that goes along with it. So the mums for the girls, when they ride in the parade, we sponsor that. The crown for the queen, all of the ferns and all of the stuff that makes homecoming special. We're in charge of that. And so the money that we get for this race is really going to help us be more secure in our money and help us provide everything for those girls.
Well, it's easier to plan when you have a budget.
Yes, it's been awesome this year.
If you don't know what you're going to have to spend, it's really hard to come up with the plans for what you're going to do. So yeah, that's hugely important. Now, let me ask you this. In terms of the race, let's get some of the details in here. What time and what day is it?
So the time of the day, it's December 14th. And pickup starts at 7, and the race starts at 8. And I believe you can come at 7, and you can buy.
You can register.
Yeah, you can register.
Registration does go up on race day. It goes up from $30 to $40.
Yes, so we definitely recommend signing up on our Mississippi on our website, which is MississippiRaceTiming.com. And you scroll down and you'll see our race. But yes.
I would just like to point out there was absolutely zero chance Miss Woodcock will be quiet through this entire thing. She made such a big deal about it at the front. And you see what happened, guys. You see what happened. We have known each other a very long time at this point. Neither one of us wants to admit just how long, but we've known each other for a long time. That's happening. $30 to sign up. That was one of my next questions.
Yes, sir.
But that's in advance. Day of, if you show up at the last second because you're bad at planning, it's going to cost you $40.
Yes.
To do it. Is there a cutoff? Is there a certain number of people that once you get more than that, you can't do it anymore?
We are down for however many people want to sign up. We are ready. We are ready.
So just show up.
Yes.
That's all we're asking. But register in advance. Come on. Your holiday planning is not that ridiculous. You can figure out whether or not you're going to be there, and then make sure that the answer to that question is, yeah, I can be there, and then sign up. I'm going to do this again just to watch her squirm. What's the website again?
The website is MississippiRaceTiming.com.
Oh, see, she's got it now.
MSRaceTiming.com.
MSRaceTiming.com. She's going to know that like the back of her hand by the time we get out of here. Is no problem. Now, let's talk about something else for just a second here. How are things going at North Pike? We get the administration and the students' perspective. We don't get the students' perspective nearly as much. And I'm going to start with Taia because you're ready to talk and she's not. Just tell me about your day. Tell me how you feel about North Pike and going there.
It's been going pretty good. We've had state testing going on this week, which has kind of been a little hectic, but I don't take any state tests, so it's been pretty quiet for me. Presentations for one of my classes are coming up, which is kind of stressful, but that's pretty much it. I'm just ready to get out for Christmas.
Yeah, isn't everybody at this point? All right, Alex.
Unlike Taia, I had a state test yesterday, but it went well. I would say everything is going really good. North Pike High School, we're really good about keeping the Christmas cheer up. Right now we have, I don't even know, like maybe over 15 like blow up Christmas decorations. If you drive past the high school, you can definitely see our 20-foot Santa.
It's very big, and it just makes everybody happy. Lots of holiday cheer.
Yes, all of the hallways are decorated right now. All of the teachers are having competitions on whose hallway's the best. So it's been really fun.
Do you have a Grinch? We got to work on this. We can call up donations if you need a Grinch. We can work on this, definitely. You talked about the state testing. Is that stressful?
The state testing, I would say, is a little bit stressful, but I know that our teachers really do prepare us, so it really was not too bad yesterday. All of the state tests that I've gone into for high school, I've felt prepared. So
that's all you can ask
not
for.
Not too stressful.
Yeah,
yes.
No, that's the point of the entire thing. All right, let's loop back around before we get out of here one more time. The old journalistic rules. Give me the who, what, where, when, and why on the reindeer run. Now it went away. There we go. We got to get our stuff straight. Want to know all the details on the reindeer run, when you can show up, how you register, the whole 9 yards.
All right, so our reindeer run is December 14th, so next Saturday. Sign up on msracetiming.com and show up. Pack up, pickup starts at 7, and race timing starts at 8. And Taia is about to list out all of our amazing sponsors that have helped make this race possible for us.
Yes, our first sponsor would be Fortenberry Physical Therapy. They have given us $200 and they are a bronze member. And then we have L. Dillon Transportation, Barclay Security, Spears Speech Associates, and Woodcock Agency and Sanderson Farms. Sanderson Farms is our gold member, and we are very grateful for all of that they have given to us.
Fantastic. So a nice lineup of folks.
Okay, pick up right there.
Okay. There's more.
We do have more.
We have to scroll.
Our next one is Magnolia Electric Power, and they are one of our bronze sponsors. We have Whispering Pines, and they are also bronze. The Bond Fortenberry Towing and Recovery, and they are bronze. Fortenberry Diesel Service, they are also bronze. Mike's Supermarket, bronze. And Summit Express Pharmacy, which is also bronze. And thank you for everybody who has donated. It really makes a difference.
Now, you can go ahead and sign up all the way. I would assume you can sign up. I'm just going to turn and look at Miss Woodcock for this. I would assume even like Friday afternoon.
Absolutely.
Friday night, the day before.
On the website. Before we leave, though, I think Miss Morris needs to talk about her parents who have signed up. So come on, Miss.
Oh, come on up here. Oh, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
To show that you don't have to be a serious runner, but you are serious.
Yes, and they are very serious. 80 years old, and they're in it to win it. They need some competition. So if you know any 80-year-olds that would love to get in there and compete with them, bring them on, because we're ready. We are ready.
I think they're going to be in good shape in their age category. I'm just saying.
They're so excited.
See,
They've been practicing.
But this is what worries me, and I'm sure your parents are not this way. But the older I get, the more I move down the path of not really caring anymore. And as a result, I would be afraid if I was in the race with an 80-year-old, they would just kneecap me with a cane or something as I'm trying to go by and pass them. Oh, they're in the gym every day.
Yes.
I didn't know you could make me feel worse. Thank you.
Walkers.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm even lazier than I thought, and I didn't know that was possible. Miss Morris's 80-year-old parents are in the gym every day. I'm at home halfway through a can of Pringles, wondering if trying to remember if I saw this episode already. I think I got to step my game up a little bit. Any final thoughts before we get out of here from either of you guys?
I would just say come out if you're a serious runner. If you want to just have fun, we'll be spreading the Christmas cheer next Saturday. And come out and support the North Pike Student Council.
Yes, and like Miss Morris said, our parents are 80 years old. We have people from 13 all the way up from past 80. So it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're a serious walker or a runner, we would love to have you out there and just have fun with us.
Bring your friends. We're going to have a great time.
It's a good time.
It is.
Even when you're 80 and your entire life's purpose at this point is to make me feel bad, it's still just a good time for everybody. So make your plans to come out. Not this Saturday, next Saturday, the 14th. 8 o'clock it starts, 7 o'clock you can get there, pick up your pickety pack basket, whatever it was you called it, the pick pack, what was it? Something?
Packet pickup.
Packet pickup, yeah.
And it's at Southwest, I believe we mentioned that. It's going to be right by the tracks, right by the football stadium.
That makes sense. So it's going to be on the track.
Yes.
So you have no excuse. Mrs. Morris's parents would like a word with you if you think you can't do this. That's inspiring. It really is inspiring. That is incredible. So, yeah, come on out. Have a good time. Get a little inspiration. Didn't know that was going to be on offer, but it is. And are you going to be wearing that same shirt, Taia? Because that is a spectacular shirt.
Thank you, but unfortunately not. I have to represent my student council with our shirts.
Well, maybe you could get like a button.
Button.
Says student council and just put it on there somewhere. Because I love that shirt. I can't say enough about it. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Taia Tucker, Brooke Richardson. Over on the side, almost quiet through most of the interview, Angie Woodcock. And Miss Morris and her parents. They're here in spirit, basically. I am rearranging my preconceptions over here. I don't know if you can see the process unfolding. Holy cow. North Pike Thursday, brought to you by the folks at McComb Wholesale Paper, Chad Reed, your shelter insurance agent, and Southwest Center for Rehab. We continue on this Thursday morning right after this. Keep it here.
The cult of personality, the cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize, when a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me, only to be. I'm a smiling face.
It's a win-win with rehab at the Southwest Center for Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. We're able to restore activity, strength, and range of motion right after injury or surgery. We offer targeted therapy by designing and adjusting specific treatment plans for individual needs, whether from sporting activities, arthritis, amputation, or everyday injuries. Get back to doing the things you love to do and feeling good while you do it. Contact the Southwest Center for Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine, 601-249-4758, 303 Marion Avenue, McComb, or at smrmc.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Come see me, Chad Reed, at 800 Rock Street for all of your home, auto, and life insurance needs. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
McComb Wholesale Paper Company has been servicing our area for years with quality supplies. McComb Wholesale Paper is your local source for supplying your office, restaurant, concession stand, or household, cleaning and janitorial supplies, food service items, and more. Got an event coming up? We offer daily rentals on popcorn machines, snowball machines, and cotton candy machines. Call 601-684-5521 or visit our new location at 1036 Gordon Covington Road in Summit. McComb Wholesale Paper Company, delivering weekly to Macomb, Summit, and the local area.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the break. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page.
Feeling fancy? Feeling festive? You can do both this Thursday at Selman's Jewelers. Come see a showcase of pre-owned high-end watches, including pre-owned Rolexes, taste high-end bourbons, and make holiday wish list. We can't wait to see you this Thursday from 5 to 8, Selman's Jewelers, 1311 Delaware Avenue, Macomb, your family-owned and operated jewelry store since 1945.
Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. A very nice Thursday morning. Enjoyed having the crew in from North Pike, as I always do. It's one of the highlights of my week when I get to do North Pike Thursday, so zero complaints here. All right. I made sure to emphasize there were zero complaints about that part because, well, I got a couple of more cuts of audio from Tuesday night's work session of the Macomb City Board of Mayor and Selectmen. We did not have time to get to yesterday. We hit the high points, if you will, yesterday. If you recall, according to the mayor of the city of Macomb, the Pike County Board of Supervisors is trying to bully him into accepting help getting crime under control in the city. How dare they? No, it's a pretty good summation. They put out that letter proposing the formation of a metro unit where the sheriff's department would help out in the city of McComb. And he made several comments. He even said flat out, as a matter of fact, we'll go back just to make sure there's no confusion about where I got the concept of the mayor feels bullied. Well, that's because he said he wasn't going to be bullied.
If you read the newspaper, Supervisor Hall said, don't you think we need to talk to the city before we make this letter public? Wisdom was speaking. And nobody listened. Nobody. I'm not going to sit here and be mayor and let a county board of supervisor bully me. Now, they can bully you or you, but they're not going to bully me.
So he feels bullied because they didn't come bend the knee and respectfully request to please grant me this boon. Allow me to help you. If that sounds ridiculous, there's a good reason. Well, in the middle of the conversation, Ward 2 Selectman Matt Cotting had some comments as well.
I think we circled kind of around the issue, and we kind of go off of what Selectman Mullins spoke to. You know, do we have a problem? Question one. Okay, we can all have our opinions on that. The next question is, do we need help? And do we have a plan? And then when one is offered to us, the first thing that seems to come up is we don't like the way it was offered. I mean, agree, disagree, but I want to put some numbers to it. Okay, so I ran the math. If you have 2 sheriff's deputies at time and a half, unfortunately.
Why are we going to pay time and a half? Why are we going to pay time and a half?
I'm with you on that. I just clarifying for the math, okay? Working 4 shifts a week, 2 of them, that's $4,000 a week over 6 months. Let's just make up a number. 6 months to help for us to fill the rest of the vacancies. That's $42,000. Last year, we underspent overtime and regular time for police force by $300,000. Okay, so I don't disagree with you. My stance is the same. Let's find out a way to pay some police officers a little more to get them to come to the city who are already certified. Same stance I've had for the last 6 weeks. Okay, sign-on bonus. I know. Relocation bonus, something. Let's figure out how it's legal, offer it, get certified officers down here, and not do this. That's been my stance all along. But if a plan was offered to us, so let's just say get Thursday, Friday, Saturday night help. Let's just make up. I know that our last big incident was on a Wednesday afternoon or something. I don't know. It wasn't a night. Yeah. That's $42,000. And we underspent due to understaffing, due to not having the applicants, by $300,000 last year. And we're on track to do the same thing this year. Not as bad, but the money's in the budget. And every week that goes by, there's more money in the budget. So, like, agreed, but I think we should all say, let's have a discussion.
Well, and as you heard yesterday, the mayor was quite clear. He doesn't want a discussion. He wants a document. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I want you to notice something in that conversation that we've listened to yesterday and now listening to more of it today. On the same issue, in the same conversation, at the same time, the mayor was quite clear that he doesn't appoint anybody. He's not in charge. He doesn't get the blame for anything that's going wrong. You can't blame me. But they need to submit to him a plan in writing for him to analyze so that he can ask questions. Well, if you're not responsible, you're not in charge. Have a seat. If the board makes the decisions, the board makes the decisions. This comes back to something. This is a leadership thing. I alluded to this yesterday. Good leaders, the kind of leaders that people will follow because they know ultimately it's going to work out and ultimately they have everyone's best interest at heart. Speaking from experience here. They accept the responsibility when things go bad, and when things go well, the people under them, the people they're leading, are the ones that get all the credit. This is not a new concept. This is not a new methodology. This is nothing groundbreaking, except in the fact that very few people do it. The boss always messed up. The team did a great job. If a great job was done, that's full credit to the team. If things went south, well, boy, the boss should have done a better job being on top of that. That's the way it goes. If either one of those is missing, there's a problem. It's my opinion on that, and I have seen plenty of examples to back up my opinion on that over the years. You don't get to say that you're in charge, that you're running things, that you make the decisions, that your opinion is most important about what's going on. I didn't say that. No, you acted like it. With an angry, raised voice. The comments that Selectman Cotting was referring to that came from Selectman Mullins, back that up. Selectman Mullins broke in at one point and said, okay, tempers are flaring kind of high here. We need to take a step back. The voice of reason, as we heard, referred to. Wisdom coming from Selectman Mullins. It was obvious to everyone. The mayor was mad. Everyone around the table knew that. You knew it yesterday when you were listening to all of this. Because they didn't go through his process and his procedure and present it the way he wanted. But don't you dare blame me if anything's going wrong, because it's not my responsibility. Well, if it's not your responsibility, it's not your honor to run the show. That, to me, is not how you do good leadership. So, there was one thing, and I was waiting while the meeting was going on. And I'm sitting there. I was waiting to see if anyone would bring up that we've had something similar in the past. It's been gone for a while, but we've had something similar in the past that was effective, that worked. And I would like to point out, once it went away, things started going south. If that's not a testimony to the fact that it was effective, I don't know what is. I'm talking, of course, about SMENU. Selectman McKenzie brought that up.
So when you start talking about it's going to be temporarily until we fill all those positions, it's going to be permanent because we're not able to fill all those positions. Okay?
I would like, before we get to the SMENU part, I would like to point out what he just said. Am I misinterpreting this? Because they put in the letter from the Board of Supervisors that this will be a temporary agreement, a temporary setup until McComb can get its staffing up. So we're going to get this mad that somebody wants to help fill in the gaps and then admit that it's not going to be temporary because you can't fill in the gaps. So what? We're just going to be shorthanded forever? We're never going to fix this problem? It's kind of what it sounds like to me. What's the solution? The non-ego affected solution to this problem. You won't agree to a temporary thing because A, they didn't present it in the proper manner. They didn't fill out all the forms. So I am offended, and you're not going to bully me into letting you help me. And besides, it won't be temporary because we're not going to fix the problem on our own. Okay, so what do you recommend? You don't want to bring in outside help. You just said out loud, we're not going to fill all the vacancies on the police department. So what's your solution to the problem? You don't just get to sit around and complain about everybody else's solution unless you've got one to offer in return. Because otherwise, you're not making progress, you're just making noise. I'm going to start that clip over from the beginning so you can hear him say it again and process it. He's admitting we're not going to fill all those slots while he's complaining that somebody's trying to help.
So when you start talking about it's going to be temporarily until we fill all those positions, it's going to be permanent because we're not able to fill all those positions. Okay? And I'm not going to accept that. Wait until you fill all the positions, this metro unit, and it's going to work under the sheriff department.
I would just like to say, by the way, that's what having them come to the meeting and discussing this would do. Would allow you to air these things and work out and negotiate the terms of the deal. We're not interested in that. We're interested in being upset.
If people going to work for the city of McComb, they ought to be under the auspices of the police chief.
I agree with you, Mayor.
You know, we don't need somebody out there doing something. They do something and my police chief say, you need to stop. I don't answer to you. Okay? No, we're not going to have somebody telling our police chief, I don't answer to you.
I can't wait till next week because I would love to hear the police chief weigh in on this. I don't think he's going to agree with all of this nonsense that the mayor's putting out, like that statement. I really don't. Might surprise me. I just don't see Chief Cloy going, that's right. Chief Cloy wants things to work and wants things to get better, period. End of discussion. Underline that. Put it in italics if you'd like. He's not concerned with all the politics of, oh my goodness, I want to make sure everybody knows that I'm the boss. Never gotten that impression of him at all. Why would the mayor's opinion on the command structure of law enforcement be more important than law enforcement's opinion? This is also telling, by the way, because you can tell the mayor cannot conceive of a situation where everybody works together for a common goal. That's a foreign concept. Well, no, that's not going to happen. This is going to be horrible. Let's ask the actual experts, law enforcement, next week when Chief Cloy gets back. Let's ask him. Let's get his opinion. We'll listen to his opinion. Because it's informed. That's my suggestion. Instead of pitching a wobbler like this, because they didn't say pretty please when they offered to help, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay. If they're going to work for the city, they're going to be under the city, and our officers, whether it's the police chief or lieutenants or whoever, they're going to answer to them.
Didn't we have a SMCNU unit for years that operated in the city, the county, and all the cities?
Yes, we did, and it was highly effective. It worked great. That went away, and things started getting worse. It was a direct cause and effect. But oddly enough, for whatever reason, we don't want that kind of thing again. I mean, it worked. But we don't want that again.
We had it. It wasn't just McComb. It was several counties. Okay.
Yeah, but it's mostly Pike County, Summit. I mean, that was a unit that operated separately within the whole county and the city. And the police chiefs all spoke to each other and coordinated, and the city provided an officer, the county provided an officer. And I mean, it's really no different than that with what we're talking about.
Much different, but that's your opinion.
Why is Mayor Lockley so against improving law enforcement? Because I'm sorry, none of this involves the actual issue. It's all about, I want to be respected more. It's all about, I'm not going to pay you any extra money to do this. It's all about, I want to make sure that we're in charge, nobody else. Not a single word has been said about, is this going to make it better? Is this going to be an effective way to help get crime and the gang problems and the drug problems a little more under control? That hasn't been mentioned. Everything that was mentioned by the mayor Tuesday night involved his feelings. I'm going to be honest. If we get drugs under control, we get the gangs back under control, they've always been here. Don't fool yourself into thinking this is a recent development. But if we can get them just a little bit more under control, I don't care whose feelings are hurt. That's the difference between being results focused and process focused. I've talked about this. You've heard this from me many times. This is almost endemic. You can focus on the result you want, or you can focus on the process you use to get there. Which one is more important to you? Which one is going to drive your behavior and inform the decisions that you make? The mayor is upset about the process. It's all process, 100% process. I'm not going to be bullied. They didn't present this properly. I don't want to talk to them. I want them to do their homework and write a report and present it to me in an appropriate manner so that I feel better about myself and make sure that everybody acknowledges that we are the Lord High Everything and we are in charge. That's being focused on process every step of the way. Being focused on results is, hey, let's get crime down and have fewer people gunned down. It's happening everywhere. I don't care. You're not the mayor of everywhere, America. You're the mayor of McComb. You should be focused on McComb. Would this make it better? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, shut up. That's the decision that has to be made. Nobody cares about all this nonsense. You have to have a thick skin to run for office. You have to have a very thick skin to deal, because somebody is going to be not happy with you 24/7, 365. That's just the way it works. You can either decide to spend all of your time being upset and screaming at the clouds and yelling at the kids to get off your darn lawn, or you can focus on the result you want to achieve and do what you have to do to get there. Ironically enough, doing that, focusing on the result that you're trying to achieve, the thing you want, the thing you're trying to do, if you focus on that to the exclusion of ego, of emotional baggage, I'm going to call it, that's how you wind up earning respect. Respect is not taken, it is given. The giver of the respect decides whether or not you're worthy of it. You don't get to dictate it. How do you earn respect? Well, it's right there in that phrase. You earn it. Not by what you say, not by temper tantrums, not by raising your voice. You earn it by what you do. Talk is incredibly cheap. You earn it by what you do. More specifically, you earn it because you have a result, you have a goal, You clearly state that goal that you're working towards, and then over time, everybody sees that the decisions you make, whether they're popular or not, the things that you do, whether everybody likes them or not, are all directed towards achieving that goal that you said that everybody thinks needs to be achieved. Then you earn respect. You don't demand it. You don't receive it as a gift. I don't care if it's the Christmas season. Santa does not have a sack of respect that he crams down everybody's chimney. You have to earn it. That's the way you earn it. This has been a problem for a while, and this isn't a McComb problem. This is everywhere. We saw this in the presidential election. The Democratic ticket in Harris demanded that everybody respect them, demanded that everybody respect their candidate as a legitimate candidate. It worked great, didn't it? Worked out really well for them. It's, man, I'm going full Beauty and the Beast, Angela Lansbury herself. It's a tale as old as time. Those who spend most of their time demanding respect don't have enough hours left in the day to earn any. That sounds simplistic, but it's true. Meanwhile, if you quit trying to demand respect from everybody and instead focus your time, your energy, your efforts on earning that respect, all of a sudden you have more time to work on things. You have more time to get things accomplished. And before you know it, you've earned that respect without a single demand. The mayor said he doesn't understand why they wouldn't come to the city and have closed-door discussions about this, why they wouldn't talk to the city about this before it went public, before they went public with this. Well, let's not skate past the stated reason why the Pike County Board of Supervisors decided to go public with it instead of talking to the city of McComb. Because they were afraid if they just came and had a conversation, no one would ever find out about it and nothing would happen. And then Pike County would continue to get criticism and blame, and the sheriff's department the same, for not doing more. And, you know, really, how can you call that a misguided opinion, an incorrect attitude towards it, when you see the results this has gotten for everyone so far? I'm sorry, it's childish. Far as I can see, far as my opinion goes, it's childish. Sometimes you got to hold your nose and take your medicine. You just came out and admitted we're not going to fill all of the empty slots with the police department. That's what the mayor said. You heard it. I played it twice. So he's worried that the help from the county to get us up to speed headcount-wise in law enforcement in the city of McComb might be permanent because we can't fill those gaps. Well, what's the third option? Bring help in to fill the gaps yourself, or because you say you can't do one and you don't want the other, what else you got? Bring something to the table other than complaining. What's your plan? Present a plan. You talk about how this wasn't a plan, this was a letter, this was bullying. I want a plan in writing, laying all the details out. Okay, fine. You don't like theirs. You say we can't do it ourselves. What's your plan? Present it in writing, in details. It'll never happen. Why? Because we're in the business of being upset, not in the business of governing.
If you cry out for more, if you reached out for me, I would run to the store just to keep.
This is in no way rocket science. None. Talk about handouts. Respect shouldn't be on the list. And this is most definitely not how you earn it. Final break. Close it down for this Thursday after this. Keep it here.
Let me cross this line and show you where it leads.
Feeling fancy? Feeling festive? You can do both this Thursday at Selman's Jewelers. Come see a showcase of pre-owned high-end watches, including pre-owned Rolexes, taste high-end bourbons, and make holiday wish list. We can't wait to see you this Thursday from 5 to 8, Selman's Jewelers, 1311 Delaware Avenue, McComb, your family-owned and operated jewelry store since 1945.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
That's it. We're out of time. As I said,
Turn all of the lights
or as Richard said at the end of the Gallo show, he's out tomorrow. You know what that means. Every Friday, Lance and I will meet you here tomorrow morning to enjoy 3 hours of whatever nonsense we get up to. I actually have a very interesting question to ask on the show tomorrow morning. If you haven't heard about this, this has been making the rounds. Listened to a tiny part of a podcast last night about it. Read several articles. Was talking it over with my wife. She wasn't aware that this was a thing with people. With you, with me, with everybody, and it affects everybody differently, or it's a different capability level, I guess. Gonna find out. We're gonna do an experiment tomorrow with the C Spire text line and get the input of everybody to find out. No, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I don't want anybody doing homework and preparing, but we'll get into that tomorrow morning because it's fascinating. If you've never heard about this, it'll blow your mind. It really will. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget, getting cold tonight, crashing down to 28. So bundle up the pets and the plants and the pipes and the people. And we'll do this again tomorrow morning at 6:06 on The Gallo Show, my friend. I'll see you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.